In the corner of a small town called Seroni, there was a small cafe that was always bustling with young people. In one corner of the cafe, a young man named Anugrah sat starting at his laptop screen. He was just not a regular customer, but also a writer who always sought inspiration in that place. One afternoon, when it was drizzling, the cafe door opened, and a girl with long hair danced from the rain answered. Her name was Jelly. She looked for a seat and finally decided to sit by the window, right in front of Anugrah. It was then that their eyes met. Anugrah felt there was something different about this girl. Excuse me, may I sit here? Jelly asked with a smile. Of course, please, replied Anugrah, slightly captivated by her smile. They start talking and the conversation flowed easily. Jelly talked about her love for the rain and how she always felt calm every time she heard the sound of raindrops. Anugrah, who was usually quiet, felt comfortable talking to her. They exchanged stories about dreams and hopes, making time pass quickly. In the following days, Jelly and Anugrah meet more often at the cafe. They become close friends, sharing stories and laughter. Anugrah, who usually struggled to find inspiration, began writing more. Jelly gave him new energy and inspiration. One day, Sally told him that she had to move to another city because of her father's job. Hearing this, Anugrah's heart suddenly felt heavy. He realized that he did not want to lose Jelly. Actually, there was something I want to say, said Anugrah with a trembling voice as they sat in their favorite spot. What is it? Jelly asked, her eyes showing curiosity. I like you. I don't know how I'll face my days without you here, Anugrah confessed honestly. Jelly was silent for a moment, then smiled. I like you too, Anugrah, but we have to face this reality. I have to go. On the last day before Jelly left, they spent time together at the cafe, cherishing every remaining second. Anugrah gave her a book he had written especially for Jelly, Child, Rain, and Love in the Cafe Ceremony. This is for you, as a keepsake, said Anugrah, giving the book to her. Jelly accepted it with teary eyes. Thank you, Anugrah. I will always remember you and this cafe. After Jelly's departure, Anugrah continued to visit the cafe every day. He wrote even more, always inspired by their memories. Even though they were separated by distance, their love remained alive in every word Anugrah wrote, and every time it rained, he felt as if Jelly was still near, listening to the stories he hadn't had the chance to tell. Time went on. Anugrah went about his days with the same routine, but something was different. Losing Jelly made him long for the presence of someone who always added color to his life. Every time it rained, memories with Jelly returned, filling the void in his heart. One night, Anugrah was writing in his cafe corner. His laptop screen was filled with words inspired by his longing. Suddenly, his phone screen lit up, a message from an unknown number. Hello, Anugrah. How are you? This is Jelly. Anugrah's heart raced. His hand trembled slightly as he replied to the message. Jelly, where are you now? Their conversation continued through the city. Jelly told him about her new city, new friends, and how much she missed the cafe atmosphere in Seruni. Anugrah felt relieved and happy to be in touch with her again, even if only through message. Every night, they exchanged messages, sharing stories like before. Anugrah felt Jelly was still a part of his life, even though they were separated by thousands of kilometers. Until one day, Jelly sent a message that Anugrah heard sleep. I have good news. Next week, I will return to Seruni for a vacation. We can meet again. Anugrah could hardly believe what he read. He immediately replied, "That's the best news I have heard. I can wait." That week felt like forever for Anugrah. He prepared everything to welcome Jelly. He wrote letters he hadn't had the chance to say, prepared small gifts, and of course, read it, his heart filled with hope. The wait day finally arrived. Anugrah waited at the cafe, the place that held many of their memories. It drizzled as if welcome Jelly arrival. The cafe door opened, and there stood Jelly, smiling sweetly as Anugrah remembered. They hugged tightly, as if not wanting to part again. Time seemed to stop as they sat back in their favorite table, looking at each other with feelings that couldn't be expressed in words. "I miss you, Jelly," Anugrah said with a trembling voice. "I miss you too, Anugrah. So much," Jelly replied. They talked all afternoon, enjoying the long-awaited togetherness. Anugrah gave her new books he had written, all inspired by their memories. "These are all for you. You're my inspiration," said Anugrah, handing her the books. Jelly accepted them with teary eyes. "Thank you, Anugrah. You always make me feel special." That night, they walked in the rain, wandering around the small town full of memories. They knew that their feelings were stronger than distance and time. Their love had been tested and had grown stronger. Every time it rained, Anugrah and Jelly no longer felt sadness, but happiness. They knew that the rain had become a witness to their love, connecting their hearts that always longed for each other. And in the small cafe in Seruni, their love continued to grow, creating new stories they would always remember. After spending a few days together, Jelly had to return to the city where she lived. Although it was hard, they both had promised to keep in touch and plan their next meetings. Jelly left with a happy feeling, carrying many sweet memories. Anugrah felt Jelly's presence gave him new enthusiasm in life. He wrote more diligently, producing works that become increasingly known. One day, he received an invitation to attend a literary event in the city where Jelly lived. Without hesitation, he accepted the invitation. A few weeks later, Anugrah arrived in Jelly's city. They met at the station, hugging tightly like a couple who had not met for a long time. Jelly took Anugrah around the city, introducing him to places that had become part of her life all this time. The night before the literary event, they sat in a beautiful city park. Under a large lush tree, they talked about the future. "Anugrah, I'm so glad you could come here," said Jelly, holding Anugrah's hand. "I'm glad too, Jelly. I feel we are always connected, no matter how far the distance separates us," Anugrah replied warmly. Jelly smiled. "I have something for you." She took out a book from her bag. "This is my favorite book. I want you to read it and remember me every time you read its page." Anugrah accepted the book with teary eyes. "Thank you, Jelly. I will take good care of it." The day of literary event arrived. Anugrah stood in front of the audience, feeling the support from Jelly sitting in the front row. He spoke about his writing journey, about how love and rain inspired him. Everyone was captivated by his stories. After the event, many people approached Anugrah, congratulating him and asking for his autograph. In the middle of the crowd, Chelis came closer and hugged Anugrah proudly. "You were amazing, Anugrah. I'm so proud of you," Chelly whispered in Anugrah's ear. Anugrah smiled and returned Chelly's hug. "This is all because of you, Chelly. You are my inspiration." They spent the following days full of happiness, creating more beautiful memories. Sally took Anugrah to her favorite place, introduced him to her friends, and shared stories about her childhood. However, time passed so quickly. Anugrah had to return to his hometown. At the station, they hugged tightly one last time before parting. "We will meet again soon, Sally. I promise," Anugrah said confidently. Sally nodded. "I will wait, Anugrah. And until then, we remain connected in every word and sentence we write." After parting, they continue to maintain a long distance relationship with love and dedication. Every night, they talk on the phone, sharing stories and strengthening each other. They both knew that their love was stronger than distance and time. And every time it rained, they would remember each other, recalling every second of the moment they had shared. The rain became a reminder of their pure and eternal love, uniting their hearts that always long for each other. In the small town of Seruni, Anugrah continued to write, creating new stories always inspired by Chelly. He knew that in every word he wrote, there was a love that never faded, a love that would always live in every drop of rain that fell.